Okay, Sam, I gotta hear about your library pickups. Now, this is something we're gonna start. It's gonna something to start because I have a playful antagonism with a lot of manga content. I don't even dislike these channels, to be honest. I watch them because I am a collector. But
Totally.
a lot of manga content on YouTube is like, watch me go to Barnes and Noble and spend upwards of $200 on manga, and it's like an unbelievable amount of money these vloggers spend. I the whole time it's like, not what manga are you gonna get, I'm thinking, what do you do for a living?
Yes.
like that's what I want to know the most. And as much as I would love to like just shopping spree manga, like that's obviously too expensive. How could you possibly just go somewhere and then get a basket full of manga and leave without being destitute afterwards and homeless? Well, that's why we're initiating the semi-infrequent segment on 100% Authentic Manga podcast called the Library Pickups episode, where Sam and I intentionally go to our local library to prove to you all to go to your local library, to support your local library, get the foot traffic in there, get a library card, and leave with legitimately great manga for $0 and zero hassle.
Yes. So the origin of us initially doing this idea is because I live in a semi-major American city. I live in Kansas City, Missouri, and when I first moved down here, I initially went to the public library just to see what was going on and just to see what they had. And when I happened to go, I happened to find a pretty extensive collection of manga series, about 3.5 whole aisles of just cover to cover manga series.
That is far more than I've ever witnessed. So you have like a holy grail library, which is, but even the smaller ones, they like, it's not only do they have a good amount of manga, like you're saying, but somebody's curating these. Usually the selection's usually pretty darn good too.
And I'll even say too that like when I grew up in a suburb of Chicago, and I'm talking like pretty like an hour south of the city, our local library there had a phenomenal manga selection. Okay, even back in the late 2000s when I was in junior high. Like, it's not like, wow. We'll get into it. Like, that's how I read Dragon Ball. That's how I read a lot of early One Piece. It's a great resource if you are just getting into manga and you are adamant about reading physical, but you don't want to spend all this money. Go to your local library. It's literally free. It costs you nothing. And I figured to kind of support, to advertise going to the library as a manga source.
No, it's not sponsored.
We need to talk about what we find at our local libraries and what we're reading at our local libraries.
Right.
So Tom, I only picked up one series for this segment. You've picked up 3, so I want to start with what you've picked up.
So the past 2 weeks, I've gone to 2 separate libraries, and already, like, that errand alone is a much more fun way to spend my time than most things. And being at the library is also usually pretty relaxing and a nice place to browse and look around. You never know what you'll find. So at the first stop, here we go. This library organized very differently. They have like a manga section, and it's a lot more like skew young.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, it's not great. I don't even know if I want anything on the list. But then, for some reason, just in the fiction section, they just have more adult targeted manga.
My library was also set up like this as well. Yeah. There's just a weird section of manga that and the series that I picked up is in this adult section, but I'm like, I don't really think it should be here. Like,
well, just saying, if people make sure you check the fiction aisles just in case. They might not all be in what.
And if there's a graphic novel section too, you'll find some manga in there as well.
So, first up, we have.
Oh, yo! My library didn't have that. My library didn't have that.
Initial D Omnibus, Volume 1.
Wait, hold on. Give us the width. Let me see the omnibus. Oh,
yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that 2 or 3 volumes?
I believe it's 2 for this
Okay,
one.
fantastic.
Yeah, this is a 2-volume omnibus. It's pretty new. They just like it was a big deal when this was announced to be who's doing this one? Kodansha bringing this back. Like if you wanted to collect Initial D in English before this, you're spending $20 to $60 per volume. Like it's incredibly rare like manga series. And so this is a very recent like this is a new thing. Like this is not even this is a 22.99 MSRP. I walked out for free. Get started. I haven't picked into this one yet, but I mean it's Initial D, an all-time classic. I know it's one you got to read. And I was excited when these came out, but it was just hard for me to like justify the cost for a pretty long-running series. I need to at least try it first, right? And as these come out, well, just walk into your local library and maybe you'll find a sick ass volume of Initial D. Rank that one. What tier is that library
That's a
pick?
great find. I mean, because again, Tom, you said it yourself. This is a newer release too. This isn't some like crusty 30-year-old book. You can find those too. You can find those two, but this is like a newer copy that's in great condition from what it looks
Oh
like.
yeah, fantastic. And so as people don't know, Initial D is like a classic drag racing manga from
It's
what the 90s,
drifting.
drifting manga from what the 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
So like all-time classic, out of print forever. Recently came back to print in English, but go to your local library and you'll find it. The second find I have there is even more obscure, and I actually don't know too much about it, but when you find something this obscure, it's not just that they have Naruto, is what I'm trying to set up here.
Yes.
This is Slum Wolf by Tadao Suge. This is a 1960s underground alternative manga. This is a post-war hyper like violent adult, like not hyper, but like it's a real. I really like this. Just as punk.
Oh.
Where this now I have a few manga from this era. Now this is done by New York Review Comic. This is a very like high-end artsy American, like kind of more independent. I don't know if they're independent. I don't know too much about them. Like comic publisher that publishes more like kind of artsy manga. Again, this is kind of like ennui of post-war Japan. This era of manga is very angry. It's very like I don't know, like intense, and it's about a lot of suffering. So, usually pretty violent, pretty dark. This is also so weird because it's an actually. I don't know how New York.
I was going to say, is that mirror? Is it
it's
it mirrored?
English. It's English, yeah. So you go from what left to right. English.
So was that the because if it was a series that came out in the 60s, that actually might Possibly. Have been the original intention. There is a series in Jump, I'm forgetting the name of it, or it was on Jump Plus, that is meant to be, it's read left to right.
This is the first time I believe it's ever been available in English. Like this is like a crazy. You couldn't even go to Barnes and Noble and find this.
No,
like this is a crazy pickup. Somebody with taste picked this and ordered it for the library. I'm telling you, people, I can't wait to dig into this. Let's see. Do you mind, since I don't know too much about it, if I read
I don't know anything about
the back description of Slum Wolf, which by the title, I think you can understand a little bit about it. But so Tadao Suge is one of the pioneers of alternative manga and one of the world's greatest artists of the down and out. Okay. Never before. Okay. Slum Wolf is a new selection of his stories from the late 60s and 70s, never before available in English. A portrait of Japan as a world of bleary bars and run-down flop houses, vicious street fights, and strange late-night visions. In assured, elegantly gritty art, Suge depicts a legendary aging brawler, a slowly unraveling businessman, and a group of damaged veterans improvising a shanty town, and an array of punks, pimps, and drunks, all struggling for freedom, meaning, or just survival.
Hell yeah! I want to read that.
Watson, again, another, and then let's look at the retail. $22.95. Save that. What a bargain! And then you know what? If you love it, I'm gonna buy it. If I love it, I want it. But what a nice way! And the last one, good condition. This one, immaculate. Like never
Looks,
touched,
yes,
dude.
yeah,
Like
pristine.
brand new.
You're probably the first one to check it out, if we're being
Oh.
honest.
So that's the first two I got at the first library. As you can tell already, like I there's gems to be found. I want to hear. I'm saving a third one for the one I got today, but I want to
Yeah.
hear what you picked
And
up.
it sounds like you have not gotten a chance to read any of your pickups yet.
This next one I have.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
I only picked up one series, but I actually have gotten a chance to dig into it. I picked up the first two. So basically I was digging through the adult section. I happened to, this one caught my eye because they had a few volumes, and I looked the series up later. They actually have all the volumes. So I will be reading the full series. The name caught my eye, cause it related to me.
Can I interrupt for a
Oh, yes,
second
please.
and say what you just said, and I want to say it clearly. The library, I didn't come. It's a great place to just, like it's Blockbuster, just browse and pick out what's ever interesting to you and take it home with you without any concern or fear. Like it is a great place to just like whatever catches your eye, you get. Yeah.
Exactly. And it was something where I picked up the first volume, read the first 4 pages, put it back down, went to the other section, was starting to look at the other manga, and I'm like, I really want to go and read this series. I want to go back and I want to read this series. So I picked up the first 3 volumes, and it's Cat Plus Gamer.
This was at one of the library. I could have picked up. They had like the first 6 volumes or something. Okay.
Yeah, so
I
they
read
happen to have
it caught my eye as well.
all 8. And Tom, this story is so cute. It's so cute. So for those who don't know, I recently adopted a couple kitties a few months ago, and I'm also a massive fucking gamer. So this is literally like,
it's perfect.
The most perfect shit for me ever. So the main character, Rika, this girl, this is the best, dude. A woman after my own heart. We're talking, checks all the right boxes. 29 years old, great office job. Check. Gets off at 5 p.m. No crazy overtime. They in fact call her zero overtime. Because you bust so much ass at work. And why does she get home? To fucking game, bro. To play some based ass shit too. We're not talking, she's not playing some nonsense. She is playing Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. She's grinding Monster Hunter for fucking Rathian gems. This is a woman, a Street Fighter with some taste.
This is like waifu level here.
And you know, their work security happens to find a stray cat, and they're passing it around. Everyone's kind of got their different reasons. Allergic, apartment will let it in, and she just looks at it and she's like, "Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take this cat." And it's basically her, her experience of being a first-time pet owner and learning on how to take care of a cat. This would have been, it's great to read now. Would have been extremely therapeutic 4 months ago if I were to have read this when I first got them.
Yeah, now it's cathartic in a different way, which is nice too.
Exactly, to see a lot of like great little moments that I was like, yeah, this is something that I experienced. Like there's this great scene where Musubi, which is the name of her kitten, is sitting, nice and comfy on a little shoebox, and she goes and rushes to grab her phone and take a picture, and when she goes to take it, he's gone. So it's like, yeah, that happens to me. So it's a great little story, and I love the art. It's just very fun and slice of lifey. Cat's cute. And I recommend it. And it's only 8 volumes, so I'm gonna smash through it, and I'm already through the first 2. So,
is that a series maybe you wouldn't want to spend $140 on collecting?
No,
but would you be so grateful of having read it? Yeah.
Oh my god, totally. And you know what, Tom? Too, like, I don't think I wouldn't have spent money on it because, as you said, and I by the way, I like this. We should say the price of the volumes on the back of the box. It's $11.99 US dollar, at least according to what's on the back of these Dark Horse volumes, which we love. We love them, and I would not. Yeah, I agree with you. I would not spend close to $100 on the series, but also too, I probably would not have read it digitally in a sea of what's available. This is a series that I forgot when it initially came out. I think it came out during the pandemic, like 2020 to 2022. I'll need to double check that, but it's a series that's been out for a few years. Again, it would have never probably hit my radar had I not actually seen it in the library. and picked it up. And also, too, I read the first half of the volume while I was physically there at the library. Grabbed a nice little chair, sat down, read it. Perfect, relaxing way to spend an evening after work before coming home for dinner and stuff like that. So, yeah, I great little series. I will be reading the rest of it, and probably once we're done, maybe we can do like a full like little video about it. But yeah, Tom, I want to hear about the series you picked up today and started reading.
Yeah, so this is the last one. Again, I feel like I was already pretty happy with what I got in the first place, but this I went to a different library this week just to see. Much smaller library, much smaller manga collection, and yet they still had the gems. So I picked up, this is Tokyo These Days by Taiyo Matsumoto, the ping pong master, like one of the greatest manga cause, still active today. Tech on Concrete's another one he did that, is pretty famous. Hardcover. Super nice.
My library also had the first 2 or 3 volumes.
There's only 3. It's 3 volumes.
Okay.
So, one big recommendation. I've read volume 1. This is a series that is about a retiring mangaka at the end of his career. So, right then, thinking of Taiyo Matsumoto, who's also an older mangaka, it's such a grounded, like, this is like a Tom manga, like from back to front. Like, this is grounded slice of life, very humane, kind of very emotional and mature series about this careerist, 30 years in the industry, manga editor and author and whatnot. His magazine fails, and he's let go, and he decides to retire as an editor and just get out of the industry. But he just loves manga. There's one tragic scene of him going. He's probably in his like 60s or something like that. Him taking his manga collection and going to a bookstore, and he has a massive manga collection, just all the hits, been in it forever, and he's gonna sell his collection. He doesn't want anything to do with this industry that he's been grinding, trying to make this magazine that he's working on a hit, probably selling a solo bit, just trying to get the good. Not like, who cares about quality? It's more about what sells, right? He's trying to figure that out. It's exhausting him, and it leads to him retiring, selling his manga, and he decides not to. He goes, I'm sorry, I'm going home, and goes, you know what? I'm going to make my own magazine now about just quality. I'm going to get my friends. Who cares anymore? What do I might as well be dead. And it's just this kind of slow paced, but like, you watch this older guy kind of reconnect with a passion of his that careerism had stolen from him. There's other like, he has his friends in the industry that he's checking up on and is like venting. But again, it's from this really, really seasoned perspective, Taiyo Matsumoto. It's really grounded. It's really realistic. This isn't Shirobako. You know what I mean?
No, it's not Bakuman. It's
the problem I have with those type of is like the shonen-y or like younger. This is a seinen manga. Like, this is a seinen magazine. Is like, it is like Gunpowder. Like, it's like like, it's so like just upbeat, and like, it just kind of isn't completely realistic to like the job, the work, the reality of it. And I really liked this perspective of it. This was a very slow paced manga. Again, you just get the sense that there's a lot of stuff he's getting off his chest a bit here too. Well, obviously he's amazing. His unique art style, amazing city. Every chapter ends with a different kind of portrait of Tokyo, in some certain way. And Tokyo, instead of feeling like this bustling, like, metropolis of unfettered, excitement, it's like this kind of overcast, like, kind of quiet,
a little dour, maybe,
like a little bit, but also there's a peace and serenity sometimes, and also sometimes it can be like dour and maybe intimidating or uncaring. Dude, it's what I love. It's my favorite stuff, is like this kind of really kind of character study, slice of life every day, mature kind of look at adult life in Japan. So that was the last one I picked up.
And please, I apologize if you did say this earlier. Did your library have all 3 volumes?
This, I only saw volume 1. So maybe I'll come back and see volume 2 and 3 one day. But no, I didn't see all of volume 2 and 3. But MSRP $28. This
Oh,
is now this is one volume.
yeah, exactly. And that you got to get three volumes. So we're looking at about like 85 or so, 85, 86 bucks.
$100 for a 3-volume series. I did not see 2 and 3. I'll keep my eye out. But just a wonderful. And one thing that's can be frustrating about library shopping is there were a lot of other cool ones I would have picked today, but they didn't have volume one in.
Yeah, you will. I was about to mention you will find a lot of these series where a early volume, specifically volume 1 or volume 2 is AWOL.
Probably checked out.
It's typically checked out. But you know what? Just go up to the clerk. They'll let you know where the book is. They'll let you know where the book is. And also, by the way, libraries are all talking to each other constantly.
Yeah,
so you could just get you could just ask another library. You can ask your library to get you fucking One Piece volume 87 from another fucking library in the state, and they'll ship it over to the library. It's crazy. And you don't have to pay for it, and you don't got to pay for shit.
You don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to do anything. So that was it. One thing that just was what reassured me about this, because we've been talking about this idea for a while, is like, oh, the selection's really good too.
Yes.
Like, and it's new stuff and like rare stuff and old stuff. They have old stuff too. Like and something about it makes me feel like a good, like, civic, like.
Yes.
And also there's that, I talked about it last week, the intention of it really connects me to these ones I picked up. When I'm reading them, I feel the kind of the journey of it. So I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? I definitely want to do this again one day.
Oh no. Yeah. My plan is I got to return these books first of all. Yeah. And they give you,
it's about like back.
Exactly 2.5, 3 week like turnaround or whatever. My goal is to at least go, and not to say that we'll do this every week or so, but my plan is to be consistently going to my local library at least once a week. To read, spend time away from the apartment and
away from the phone, away from
exactly. There's a lot worse stuff you could be doing than spending it at your local library.
Having fun isn't hard.